Here's the true story of a girl who went to a party alone, met a man who, I mean, honestly is one of the worst people that I could ever imagine. And it's a terrible story. It's a true story. And honestly, as unsettling as it was to read, I think that it will provide a great learning experience for a lot of us to avoid similar situations throughout our own lives. I got kidnapped for a week after being drugged at a party. Oh, that took quite an immediate turn that is disturbing in so many different freaking ways. Okay, let's get into this story. Holy. This happened when I was 16.
What?
Oh, God. I'm already so uncomfortable reading this story. Oh, this happened when I was 16. I'm 19 now. Female for what it's worth. I went to a party that some of the older kids from my school were going to. The only reason I went was that I thought it would make me look cool if everyone knew I went to this more adult party. It was the summer, so it's not like I had to worry about school anyways. Yeah, to be fair, I guess when I was like 16, I would go to some parties where it was like mostly 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, sometimes 20-year-olds, I guess. But I'm also a guy. I feel like it's a lot worse and more dangerous to do that as a girl. Yeah, I don't recommend doing that. And I also promise you, in reality, no one is looking at the 16-year-old girl who's going to 18, 19-year-old parties and thinking that you're cool. That's not what people are saying behind your back after you do something like that. This one guy there started talking to me and showed me where all the alcohol was so I could get a drink. He said his name was Jason and he was 25? No, bro, that is, you are 16 and these dudes are like 3 years past the age of even college kids. No, what the hell are you doing? Oh my God. Girl, get your ass out of there. Come on now. Where are your parents? Like, I'm a guy. I understand why my parents didn't give a shit where I was, but if I have a daughter, oh my God. Oh, no, my daughter will not be going to a party when she's 16 with 25-year-olds. Oh my God, this 25-year-old better told her to go home after he found out her age. I'm sorry, I'm uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable. He said his name was Jason, he was 25, and when I told him that I was 16, he said I looked older than that. Look, ladies, if you're underage and a guy says that to you, just like, I don't know, report him to the police, put him on the frickin' Epstein list at that point, send him to Epstein Island. I don't know what you do, but you get the hell away from him. We ain't trying to hang out with any like Diddy's or Jay-Z's or Epstein's or, God, I'm uncomfortable. Then, my fatal mistake. I had to go to the bathroom, so I asked this guy to hold my drink for me. Girl, where are your friends? Where are your friends? Where are your parents? Where are your survival instincts? Oh my God. Like, I feel bad for just like, even just like somewhat making fun of the situation because it is a serious situation, but my God, girl, you got the survival instincts of a freaking panda bear. Come on. I know you know better than this. When I got out, he gave my drink back. And like an idiot, I finished it really quick. Okay, look. You're the one saying it. I didn't say it. You said it. He made me another drink and then followed me around as I made my way through the party. Is it weird that I feel uncomfortable reading this story? Like, a big part of me doesn't want to finish this story because I don't like this at all. It just makes me feel uncomfortable and not in like the good horror story type of way. Just makes me feel really uncomfortable and I don't want to finish the story. I don't know if YouTube even, I'm gonna finish the story because honestly people need to be aware that stuff like this does happen and people need to be aware of these situations that create, I guess, opportunity for this stuff to unfortunately happen so they can be more aware moving forward throughout their life. So maybe we can use this as a learning opportunity, guys. But let me know in the comments if you already feel as uncomfortable as I do, because right now I feel like I'm like reading some like of those like really grotesque stomach churning pages from the Epstein files right now of like women that were like documenting what was happening to them while they were there. And I don't like any of it. I don't know if it was a few minutes or more like 10 to 15, but I started to feel really sick and dizzy very suddenly. Jason said I should go outside for some fresh air, so I followed him outside. Why are you as a 16-year-old following around a 25-year-old? What is going on? What is happening? Girl, like, I don't know you, and I obviously don't know this guy, but I feel like I need to fight this guy for you. I feel like give me homie's contact information right now. Just give it to me. Send it to me. Put it in the comments. I'll have someone take care of some business. God. Jason said I should go outside for some fresh air, so I followed him outside. It was honestly hard to think straight, but the rest is kind of a blur. I vaguely remember getting into a car and bits and pieces of the drive, but then I passed out. You all never go to a freaking party alone. Just don't. Way too many bad things can happen. For men and for women. For guys and for girls. Just don't do it. Always go with at least one friend. And maybe if you go with a group of friends, at least like try to make sure that one of them is like a somewhat responsible friend. Because I went to a lot of parties growing up where, myself included, but none of us were responsible. We were all just absolute, freaking dumbasses, to put it lightly. And we still ended up getting ourselves into a lot of trouble. And all of it could have been avoided if there was just one freaking responsible friend there. And I know far too many women, girls that have had unfortunate things happen to them, and all of it could have been avoided if they just had one responsible friend with them. And I hear it all the time from girls. Oh, no, I'm going with my friend Becky. I'm going with my friend Susan, Sarah, Ashley. It's like, yeah, well, Susie, Sarah, Ashley, whoever it is, I know who they are, and they're not going to help make sure you stay out of trouble. So guys, try to make sure that, first of all, never go to a freaking party with a whole bunch of old guys there when you're freaking 16, okay? First of all. But if you are going to any party, try to go with a responsible friend. It will save you from experiencing things that you will regret for the rest of your life. I woke up in a bed, in a room, all alone. I still felt pretty woozy, so I just kind of laid there, wondering how I got home, or if I was even at home at all. When I realized I was not in my own bed, I sat up and realized I wasn't even wearing my own clothes. I was wearing some kind of matching pajama set. The worst part about that is that I wasn't even wearing, which I later learned meant that this creep dressed me in this weird pajama outfit. And this is making me feel even more uncomfortable than I do when I read some like the most terrifying ghost or paranormal stories here on Reddit. Oh, I hate this. Thankfully, in that moment, I didn't connect those dots, but it wouldn't matter for too long because eventually Jason came into the room to bring me breakfast. I can only imagine he thought he was being unbelievably generous to bring me coffee and 2 toasted waffles. Yo, like, first of all, you shouldn't have drank the drink that he just even held for a little bit. Second of all, you should almost certainly not eat the food that he made for you. Oh my god. Politely decline the food, ask where the hell you are, immediately find your phone, and I don't know, maybe kick him and run outside in your matching pajama set. Like, that's what I would do. I wouldn't worry about anything else. Find your phone, get out of there, run outside. Oh my god, so freaking. I hate guys like this. I hate guys like this. And yes, it is unfortunate, but there are plenty of guys out there. Not all guys are bad. Most guys are good. But obviously, just like women, there are bad guys out there, and I just can't freaking stand them. Dudes like this just absolutely just need to get their asses beaten. Oh my god. I'm not going to go over a detailed retelling of the entire week. Every day was pretty much the same, and quite honestly, I just don't want to. Basically, for an entire week, he made me act like a living doll in his house. He watched me eat, changed my clothes to the outfits he picked out, even using the bathroom. He always put drugs like ecstasy in my drinks, or somehow to keep me in a positive attitude. It didn't really work though, except for a few hours a day when the drug took effect. Was there no way for you to like get out of this situation, for you to just get out of whatever house or apartment that you were being kept in? So creepy. I feel like you should have tried to get out of there, right? Instead of just like coasting through however long he was planning to keep you there, just hoping for the best. And then, for seemingly no reason that I can conceive of, he brought me out to his car, put a cloth bag or something over my head, and drove me to some place to drop me off. When I got out of his car, he sped away, and I never saw him again. The unfortunate part though is that, like, unfortunately, there probably was another girl who had to see him again. That's the thing. Like I said, most guys are great, amazing people. The vast majority of guys, 99% of guys, would protect any woman or girl from a man like this if they could. But there are men and boys that do disgusting stuff like this. disgusting stuff like this. And it blows my freaking mind. I don't necessarily believe in karma, but I do hope that this Jason guy got what was coming for him. I do. I don't regret saying that at all. Eventually, I was walking along the side of the road and just collapsed from fatigue. I didn't pass out, I just couldn't keep going. Apparently, someone saw me fall down and called the police, who then found me and brought me to the hospital. Well, the ambulance brought me there, and the police joined me to ask me what the heck was going on. They knew I was missing, and they pretty quickly figured out who I was, so they were able to call my parents. Next thing I know, my whole family is there to see me and praise the Lord that I was alive. Oh my God, honestly, I can't imagine how terrifying it was for your family. If you were missing for an entire week, oh my God, can you imagine having a missing child, a missing female child too, for an entire week? Holy shit. I did my best to identify the guy who kidnapped me, and there was a pretty thorough investigation as far as I know, but they never found the guy. He was a total ghost. How were they unable to locate this guy who was at a freaking party? Did no one at the party know who he was? I'm so confused how guys or how people are just able to get away with things like this. Like, how does that even make sense? The police questioned nearly everyone who was at that party and learned the name of the guy who was probably the one to kidnap me, but it wasn't a real name. The phone number anyone had for him was disconnected and only attached to a burner phone anyways. So yeah, they never caught the guy. No way this is another story of just some random guy showing up to a party and everyone just accepting that he's there with somebody else. Oh my God. Maybe it's just like the guys that I've hung out with throughout my entire life, but like I said, the guys that I know, my friend groups, they're all very territorial. Very, very, very protective. So if there is a guy there that might be up to no good, that may be completely uninvited, that maybe they just don't want there, especially if the guy's been boozing, there is a 100% guarantee that they are confronting that guy. And I don't understand how these guys aren't being confronted at these parties. And I'm talking about like even at parties with like 500 people there, if there's one guy there that just like seems to not belong or seems to not know anybody at all, the guys I know are more than willing, more than happy to go up there, ask him who he's with, and then kick him the hell out. I don't know, maybe that's just like the parties I've been to in my past. I just don't understand how guys like this are able to just like nonchalantly walk around parties and meet freaking girls. Girls like this, even more so. Like, oh my God. It was easily the most traumatic thing to ever happen to me, and I hope it stays that way. But despite that, I know it could have been so much worse. I don't know why he never hurt me or assaulted me, but I'm thankful he didn't. I know so many kidnapping victims are treated much worse than I was. So this guy didn't ever even like lay his hands on you. That is, I'm not saying that this entire situation is a blessing because it's a terrible thing, but that alone, that part is a blessing. Because yeah, you're right. A lot of kidnapping victims are treated far worse than the way you were treated. But so this guy was just some random creep that showed up to a party, found a girl, and then kidnapped her to treat her like a doll for his own little weird fantasy for a little bit of time. I have no words for this. Guys, just look, for TOP here, I'm happy that you're okay and that nothing more traumatizing happened to you. But if you're listening to this story, let's use this as a learning opportunity and just try to be more vigilant moving forward of situations where bad things like this could potentially happen to you. That is so freaking unsettling. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's horrifying, and I'm so sorry they haven't found him. I hope you get justice and peace. I just really hope that no other girl ever falls into the same position that you were in with the same guy, any guy for that matter, but obviously with this story just being right here sitting in my freaking head, actually it's sitting in my stomach, I just really hope no girl has ever had to deal with him after you. Hopefully the next party he goes to is a party with a whole bunch of really territorial drunk males who find out what he's up to and take care of business. Oh my God. On to the next and final story.